Standing at the back edge of your mat with your feet about shoulder hip distance apart. I'm going to start with some easy shoulder rolls. Just starting with our breath cycle, nice full inhale, full exhale. Moving through the shoulders a bit. You can also add some wrist and forearms, flexion, extension of the fingers if you'd like. Rocking between the toes and the heels. Just kind of warming up, moving through some of these smaller joints here. I'm going to settle in and find the balance between my toes and heels. You can kind of pedal through those knees a little bit. Standing tall, shoulders back. I want to think of this wall down my back. I'm going to draw my belly button to my spine and focus on our breath for just a few breath cycles here. Standing tall, that rib cage expands, 360 on the inhale. And then the rib cage contracts on the exhale. Shoulders are back and down, hands are easy by your side. I want to think of this string lifting out of the top of my head and grow a little taller maybe with each exhale. Keeping this navel to spine connection, we're breathing deeply. We're gonna also make sure that we're engaging our pelvic floor. I wanna really feel strong and supported. So we have the pelvic floor, we have the diaphragm, we have that navel to spine connection. Now, on your next inhale, we're gonna on your next exhale, we're gonna peel away from this wall. So take that deep inhale. And on the exhale, just peel away. I'm going to soften my knees and just reach down to touch the floor. You can let your fingertips or knuckles brush the floor, shake the head no. And go ahead and work on straightening those legs. A little bend and straighten, pedaling through those legs. Letting the head relax forward, shake the head no. And settle the heels down, soften your knees, and slide this up. Nice and slow, stacking the vertebra, one on top of the other. We're gonna inhale and exhale. Just this little forward fold, almost like just a little melt to the floor. Fingertips or knuckles on the floor, and take that little pedal through the legs, opening up through the hamstrings, the glutes, and the low back. I'm going to settle both heels down, soften the knees, and unfold. This time, at the top, we'll take a big inhale. The arms sweep up. I'm going to add a little arch back. Press the hands open and hinge forward. Hands can stop at your knees, your shins, or go ahead and reach down to meet the floor. This time, I'm going to straighten my spine just a little more. Pedaling through the legs, and then go ahead and allow yourself to fold forward. Bringing your nose a little closer to your knees. Soften the knees. Let's slide the hands up and then fold. Let's do that one again, please. A big inhale at the top. Lean back. Sweep the arms open and hinge forward, stopping at your knees, your shins, or the floor. Pedaling through the legs, let the head relax forward. Now this time, with your feet about shoulder, hip distance apart, I'm going to bring my hands to my elbows and allow my body weight to drape forward. A little side to side. Bring it back to center, soften your knees, and release the arms as we unfold. Coming up to stand. Nice and tall, shoulders back. And let's take a big inhale. Arms are going to lift, a little lean back, hinge forward. This time a swan dive. I'm going to stop halfway. Float the hands into the small of your back and go ahead and continue your forward fold. Interlace your fingers and press the knuckles away. Feel free to lift and lower and just move as you need. to get some of those little tight spots, a little twist, a lift, lower, everything you need, guys. Now I'm going to take a really big press, knuckles to ceiling, straightening my legs as much as I can, and then rest the hands in the small of the back. Soften the knees and unfold. Coming up, nice and slow, releasing the hands at the top. We'll take a big inhale, little lean back. Press the hands open one more time, and this time we'll go ahead and take the hands down to meet the floor and take your walk. Bringing this out into a downward facing dog. Go ahead and adjust as you need. I want to make sure that I'm spreading the weight through my hands all the way to my fingers, paddling through the heels, working on getting the heels down to the mat. I want to press my chest in the direction of my feet. So with each of these pedals, I'm pushing into this just a little deeper. Now, let's go ahead and sink both heels into the floor. And we're going to take a double lift and lower. Both heels up, both heels down. I want to keep this navel to spine connection, so really draw your belly button in tight. And I'm going to settle my heels down to the floor. I'm going to round through my back. You can soften your knees and come forward into your plank. Again, adjusting if you need that. So take a moment here in your plank and try to get this nice long line from the top of your head all the way down, out the heels, keeping that belly button drawn in. We're going to lower to the floor really slow. So about 4 counts, elbows near your body, and go ahead and come all the way down. I'm going to extend my legs and just slide my hands forward, coming up so that my elbows are just below my shoulders. Let's draw the shoulder blades down our back, lengthening through the top of the head. Now I'm going to keep the top of my feet pressing into the floor lightly, keeping the legs and the glutes active. I'm going to inhale and then exhale. Go ahead and lower with control. Give yourself a little shake if you need that. Now I'm going to slide my hands down toward my shoulders, and this time press up a little taller. We're going to inhale and then exhale, bringing it up nice and tall. Shoulders down, lengthen through the top of the head, scooping the belly button toward your spine. Let's inhale and exhale down with control. Let's do that one more time. Give yourself just a quick little break, quick little release. We're going to inhale, exhale, peeling up one vertebra at a time, coming up as high as you're comfortable with at this point. If you're still down on your elbows, that's okay too. Listening to our body, keeping the glutes active, so a little squeeze back there in the glutes, back of the legs. We're going to inhale, exhale, lower with control. I'm going to slide my feet together, press back into a child's pose. So take your time, let your hips settle over your hips. Excuse me, let your hips settle over your heels. You know where we're going. Bringing this up into a tabletop, a little bit of cat and cow here. I'm going to take an inhale, looking out ahead, tilting my tailbone up, and then exhale, round, turning my tailbone under, tucking my chin and rounding through the back. Scoop your belly. We'll inhale and exhale. Let's get one more here, guys. A big inhale. And exhale, round, turn your toes, press up and back into your downward facing dog. Feel free to paddle through those legs if you need that. Still working on some of that tightness through the back of my own legs. So listen to your body. Now, I'm going to bring my left foot a bit more center. Right foot is going to extend. We'll do a single leg lift and lower. Doesn't have to be super high. So as I'm lifting that leg, I'm really contracting through the glutes, getting that nice little squeeze. Belly drawn in tight. And let's take that leg up and hold. I'm gonna bend my knee and then rotate and look under my right arm. Shifting that knee forward to a little knee hover, then drive that leg up for three-legged dog. Knee hover and drive it up. Knee hover, and this time, let's pull that foot to the inside for our pigeon. So settle in, take your time. If you need a little bit of assistance, a little pillow or a block under your right hip can help you maintain this nice tall posture, square hips. Now I wanna try to lift through the top of the head, keeping my posture more upright. This one has a tendency to send us a little more forward. So if your hands are still a little further forward, maybe in front of your knees, let's think about this length. If you're able to walk those hands back a little bit and press up a bit taller, work on that as well. Shoulders are down and back. We're gonna give our back a little break. I'm gonna come forward into my forearms for a reclining pigeon. You can support your weight on the arms or allow yourself to lean forward into the supporting leg. And I'm going to stay in this position, stretching through this right hip, but I'm going to add a little left hamstring. So you can be on your hands, you can be on your forearms, whatever is okay for you. Now I want to engage my hamstring back of my leg and pull this heel toward my bottom with a flexed foot and then extend it with control. So a little flex foot and lower, flex foot and lower. So really feeling that squeeze in the back of my leg. Now on your next one, let's add two little pulses. So it's a heel, heel, and release. Heel, heel, and release. I'm keeping that belly button scooped in. And one more. Heel, heel, and release. I'm going to turn that back foot under. Place my hands more under my shoulders. So we're going to press and lift out of that pigeon to come back into our downward facing dog. So take your time, pedal around, shifting, just kind of stretching if you need some of that. Right heel is down and the left leg extends. We're going to lift and lower. Keeping that belly button drawn in tight, keeping that long upper body, that downward facing dog. And on your next one, hold, bend the knee and rotate open. Looking under that left arm. And shift in for a knee hover. And bring that leg up for three-legged dog. Knee hover. And up. Scoop the belly, draw it in, and up. Your next one, we'll turn that foot to the inside for pigeon. Settling your weight down as you need, as slow and controlled as you need. Now again, if your hands are a little further forward in front of the knees, this is fine. Think about the length through the top of the head, the shoulders are down. Also, I've turned this into fists to give my wrists a little break. Now if you can, walk those hands back a little closer and press yourself up a little taller. Belly button drawn in tight, shoulder blades down your back. Now I'm just going to ease forward into my forearms, allowing my weight to settle in. And you can also lay down a little lower into that front leg, increasing this hip and glute stretch. So just however you're feeling, and you're different on each side. Think about sending your breath into those tight spots if you're still feeling a little bit tight and not able to sink into your stretch or maybe to relax into it, think about breathing to relax into it. Now again, you can stay on your forearms or come up into your hands. We're going to add that little heel pull toward our bottom. So sitting up nice and tall, I'm going to pull the foot in and release with control. So I'm pulling it in, engaging my hamstring, back of my thigh, nice and tall through your posture. All right, we're going to add 2 little heel pulses. So it's a heel, heel, and release. Heel, heel, and release. Nice and tall, heel, heel, and release. 2 more, guys. Heel, heel, and release. Last one, heel, heel, and release. Now to come out of this, I'm just going to shift into my left hip and slide my right foot around. Coming just to sit nice and tall between your tailbones and your sits bones. We're going to go into our roll up, but to get there, let's go ahead and roll it down. So feet about shoulder hip distance. We're going to reach, inhale, exhale all the way down, scooping the belly, articulate through the spine, and then just reach the arms over the chest. I'm going to walk my feet together, and I want to zip my thighs. I'm going to externally rotate, so turning those toes out to the corners just a bit. I'm holding a ball, maybe a volleyball, right over my heart. I'm going to reach and then lower, retracting the scapula. Now, as I'm going through this, I'm reaching out of my anterior deltoids, and I'm pulling down and squeezing through my middle trapezius and rhomboids. Reach this up and pull it down. I want to think about this navel to spine connection, and I want to also think about this rib to hip connection. So if your back is kind of arching, your ribs are flaring, think about drawing it down, keeping this very strong and connected. Let's just get a couple more of these, and we're going to end in a slight retraction. So a very light squeeze between the shoulder blades, and then float the arms back. As soon as you feel those ribs trying to lift, that might be your spot. That might be far enough for you. We're going to take our roll up. So I'm going to zip my thighs, engage my legs and my glutes. We're going to inhale, float the head up, exhale, lift, coming out and over into this forward fold. I'm going to sit up tall, shoulders down, and then walk it down 1 vertebra at a time. Nice and slow, arms reach back. Think about this connection. Inhale, lift, exhale, peel, up, out, and over. Sit up tall, and take it down with control. Arms reach back. We inhale. Exhale up. Big reach, big fold. Sit up tall, taking it down. Zip those thighs. Think about that little squeeze. And inhale. Exhale. Flex. Forward fold. Sit up tall. Take it down. Let's get 2 more. And we'll inhale, reach, exhale, peel, up, out, and over. Sit up tall, taking it down, zip those thighs, arms float back. Last one. Inhale, exhale, reach, forward fold. Sit up tall, take it down, nice and slow, arms float back, and we float the arms around. Go ahead and adjust, walk yourself back onto your mat, anything that you need. We're going to go into some bridging next. So I'm going to walk my heels in a little closer to my hips. I'm going to slide my fingertips in the direction of my heels. Your fingertips might be able to brush, they might not. All right, from here, spinal articulation. So I'm going to think about this 1 vertebra at a time, up and down. We're going to inhale, then exhale, peel. So I'm lifting from the tailbone, walking up the spine, coming into my shoulder bridge. So once I'm here, I want to make sure that these knees aren't falling apart. So I'm going to keep a little squeeze to keep them just in this neutral alignment. So shoulders, hips, and knees. We're going to inhale, exhale down, 1 vertebra at a time. So really mindful on that up and down through the spine. So really trying to make it like you're laying down a string of beads. We're going to inhale and then exhale like you're lifting the string of beads, one at a time, coming up into your bridge. Now I want to really feel this strong support through the glutes and hips from underneath, pressing up. We're going to inhale and then exhale down, scoop that belly, lowering with control. All right, so at the top, we're going to add something. We're going to inhale, exhale, peel. Scoop the belly, lifting through the hips, coming up into our shoulder bridge. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to lift my heels, coming into the ball of the foot. I'm going to alternately tap our heels. So just that easy little alternating right and left. Take it at your own pace. Try to keep those hips up. You might feel them starting to sag, starting to sink. Keep this. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the heels. Lift your hips. Walk it down with control. Hips down, heels down last. All right, so the partner move to that will be our little toe flutters. We're going to start with our spinal articulation. Inhale, exhale, peel. Scoop the belly, lift those hips, walking up the spine, coming into your bridge. I'm going to dig my heels and lift my toes, starting with that really easy, just moderate to slow tap one at a time, and then building it up a little quicker, making it more of a flutter. Keep those hips lifting, keep those knees in neutral. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, keep it going, 4, 3, 2. Now lift both sets of toes, lift your hips, walk it down, scooping the belly, hips down, toes down, walk your knees in. Take a little release here, little ankle rotation, foot flexion extension if you want some of that. Keeping your right knee in, take your left leg out. So I'm just gonna move this leg through a little bit of range of motion through the hip. Now, pull that knee into your chest, and we're going to do a little nerve glide here. So just a little lift and lower, opening up through those hamstrings, and lift and lower. Now this time, lift and hold, pulling that leg towards your face, just increasing this hamstring stretch. We're going into a single leg circle, so lengthening through this leg. I've got my nose toward my knee. You can also rest your head and neck if you need that. Now I'm going to leave the leg at 90 degrees. I'm going to keep my left leg extended and anchor my hip and knee into the floor. Hands are easy by your side. We're going to do a little circle. So this is our little single leg circle. We draw one circle in and stop, one circle out and stop. Trying to keep the hips really quiet, not moving around. Now, if you need a little bend in the knee, you can always take that, relaxing the quadriceps just a little bit. And inhale in one direction, exhale in the other direction. Let's get one more right here. Scoop that belly, inhale and exhale. We're going to float that knee into the chest, walk the other knee into the chest. Take a quick little release here. And I'm going to keep my left side and take the right leg down. Going into that little nerve glide, reach and bend. So as I'm going through this leg, stretching, lengthening, let's try to get this leg anchoring down. The hip and the glutes, the back of the knee, pressed into the floor. Let's get one more, and we'll hold this here, lengthening out, adding a little point and flex if you'd like. I've got my nose coming up toward my knee. You can always rest your head and neck if you need that. Keeping the abdominals engaged. Now I'm going to lower with control. I'm going to leave the leg right here in place. And again, I want to make sure that this right hip and knee are pressing down to the floor, anchoring, and shoulders relax. We're going to draw a circle in and stop, and out, and stop. Inhale one direction, exhale in the other. Really strong through these legs, but if you need that little bend, you can always take that slight bend of the knee, not too much, please. Inhale, draw the circle. Exhale, unwind it. We're gonna get 2 more. Inhale, draw the circle. Exhale, unwind it, scooping that belly to the floor. And float that knee in, walk the other knee in, take a little break. We are going to bring the hands behind the knees and come up into rolling like a ball. So I want to find this balanced position. Feet are balanced, they're hovering off the floor. Shoulders are down your back. Now we're going to round the spine, roll it back, inhale, and exhale up to find that balanced position. Let's inhale back and exhale up. Coming up, sit tall. And inhale back, exhale up, and inhale back, and exhale up. Now on your next one, we're gonna add an out in. So inhale back, exhale up, and we extend, pull it back, then rock it, stack it, and reach, and pull it in, and rock it, stack it. And you can reach your arms to the side or go all the way overhead, pull it back in, and rock it, stack it. Scoop that belly, big reach, pull it in. 2 more, guys, rock it, stack it. Scoop that belly. Last one. And hold it here. Draw the belly button in tight. Take that little side to side, please. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5. Here's 4, 3, 2. Back to center. Reach, if you can. Cross your ankles. Come on down for a quick little release. And I'm just going to kick my feet around, coming into our tabletop. So just finding this knees, hands and knees position, shoulder blades are down your back. Let's take a little translateral extension or bird dog, quadruped, however you've heard this one called, opposite arm and leg. I'm just going to start again with a little cat and cow, rounding and straightening. Inhale, looking out. Exhale, rounding under. Then this next one, we inhale and then exhale. Pull your right knee toward your nose. Extend the leg and hold. Reaching your left arm in opposition. Nice and long here, guys. Think about this shoulder blade pulling down your back. So if your shoulders up around your ear, pull it down your back. We're going to add an elbow knee, reach and hold. Elbow knee, reach and hold. Scoop the belly, reach and hold. 2 more. Now, hold the leg in place. I'm going to set the hand down, but slightly forward of my right hand. So I'm going to bring my right hand up to me, keeping the leg out behind you. We're going to lean forward. We're going to take some little arabesque push-ups. 5 arabesque push-ups. So the leg is the arabesque part. So we're going to lower and lift. Think about lowering your chest, lowering your heart, maybe lowering your belly button. And bring it back up. And lower down and up. 1 more. Lower down and up. Bring that knee in. Shifting back for your child's pose. Bringing this into tabletop. Cat and cow, we inhale, exhale. Scoop the belly, we'll inhale, and exhale. On this next one, we add the knee, inhale, exhale. Knee pulls in, then we extend that leg and hold, reaching out long, reaching your right arm in opposition. Nice and long here, guys. Scoop that belly in. Add your elbow to knee. and reset. Scoop the belly and reach. Draw those abs in and reach. Last one, and we'll hold that leg. Set the hand down slightly forward, and then when you're ready, walk the other hand up to meet. Keep this leg extending. 5 arabesque push-ups, please. 5, 4, a little extra lift in that leg if you'd like. 3, 2, and 1. Now, bring that knee down, shift your hips back, take a little stretch, nice and long. Now I'm going to come back into tabletop, but only so I can turn my toes and press into down dog. Before we go there, we are going into pike press push-ups. So we're actually going to be in this more overhead push-up type position. Doesn't have to be super deep on that dip, but do listen to your body. And if you need a little bend in the knees, that makes it just a little easier, maybe not quite as scary. I'm going to turn the toes. We're going to inhale and then exhale, lifting up into my down dog. Now we're lowering the top of our head in the direction of the floor. So if you're still working on getting those arms a little stronger, you might just make it a little more shallow. But if you really want to go for it, lower down and press. Inhale down, exhale, press. Nice and strong here, guys. And press. Keep that belly button scooped and press. Inhale down, exhale, press. Give yourself 3 more. And 2. Big press. Last one. Down and press. Push into that downward facing dog. Bringing it to your knees. Shifting back. Child's pose. Let's just get a little bit of a twist here. We'll give those hands a little break. So I'm going to start on my tabletop. I'm going to reach my right arm out and thread it under. Rest the shoulder, rest the head. And I'm going to use this top arm to press me into this twist just a bit. And you're not stuck here, so if you feel like you need to kind of adjust to get into that twist, take your time. Feel for that stretch. Belly button drawn in. Unwind. And we'll do this a couple of times each side, so that wasn't your last one. We'll inhale, reach that arm out. Exhale, under. And finding that twist. I'm using my right arm to press my shoulder back, getting into this twist just a little more. And we'll unwind, reset, inhale. That right arm goes out, exhale, bringing it under. Now this time you can keep that left hand on the floor or reach it up, opening through the shoulder and the chest. Now if you go here, you can also drop it around behind. Just let that hand reach around. Maybe you brush the top of your right leg. Maybe you can grab that right leg, depending on your twistiness, your flexibility. Keep breathing. I'm going to release with control. Bring that hand down, support and lift. Coming back into your tabletop. Inhale, exhale. Twisting. Reaching my right arm up and around. Now I'm using my bottom arm to maintain that pressure, that tension, so that I can continue twisting the shoulder open. Reach that arm up, bring it down, and come back into your tabletop. Let's take a little child's pose here, guys. Let's rock back onto the ball of our foot. Take your time. Allow yourself to settle into those heels. Shoulder blades are down And I'm gonna lift up really tall and find the balance in my foot and ankle. Now, if you need to keep your fingertips touching, that is an option. Otherwise, bring your hands to your thighs and take your gaze out along the horizon, finding your balance. Now I'm just gonna set my fingertips down and unfold. So if you need to step your feet apart, take that little opportunity, take that little adjustment, pedaling through those legs. Shake the head no. I'm gonna settle both heels down. Slide the hands up, soften the knees, and we'll unfold. Scooping that belly in tight, coming up to stack one vertebra at a time. A big inhale, arms go up. I'm gonna drop my right arm into an easy tricep stretch. I wanna keep my neck or chin neutral. I'm gonna reach my left arm around. Maybe the fingertips are able to touch. Maybe you're still reaching toward each other. And release. Both arms are gonna come back up. Left arm goes into your triceps stretch. Nice and tall, shoulders back. And grapevine, reaching that right arm in the direction of those left fingers. And we'll just take that little rotating grapevine, fingers reach and release, bringing it around. And again. And this will be your last one. Reaching fingertips in the direction of each other and release. I'm gonna bring my hands to the front, separate my feet, and press out through the palms. Tuck the tailbone, round the back. Scooping the belly in tight. Now I'm gonna go palms up and open wide. Pecs and biceps, driving those thumbs backward. I'm gonna turn it all the way over, palms up, thumbs in, and press those thumbs together. Easy little shoulder rolls. And everybody, let's give ourselves a nice deep cleansing breath. Arms sweep. And then we release with control. Thank you guys, thank you so much. Hope you have a wonderful day. I'll be here Wednesday at noon, so I hope you're able to join me. Thank you.